Courage.
Courage. You've got to.
It was really wonderful. It's truly memorable. You know, here is a person, I think over this time, she's really become a very heroic figure for me too. She represents really what it is to be a good human being. You know, where what she does is really always putting the needs of others in front of her own. All that she is doing is for the others. It's not for money, fame, glory. You know, it's like, unfortunately, if we look around our world now, people seem to be much more cynical, you know, much more materialistic, much more eager to find out how it could be about them and more selfishly their own needs. So it's very inspirational to have the opportunity. So I took that chance. I went and met with her, and she's very warm. And she has a great sense of humor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's got a wonderful sense of humor. She's very easy to laugh, and to laugh at you and to laugh at herself, you know. So she makes you very relaxed. And she welcomed me like a family member, yeah.
You know, I was also just wondering, was there a lot of pressure to play someone who is, to you, a hero?
Well, you know, it is always very daunting, especially when that person is so recognizable.
Right.
Because first of all, you know, there are, of course, I had the best hair and makeup and costume designers, so that I would, at least when I stood there, you know, physically I would look like her. And then afterwards, and you know, the way she walks, the way she is. But that is only the outward appearance. I think what was the most daunting was to understand where the strengths, you know, this aura that she emanates came from, so that when I take you over the journey of the 2 hours, that you would feel a real person, you know, that you would be seeing Dosu. Of course, at that time, you know, we had no connection, no contact, because she was under house arrest. And, you know, it was information that we would piece together, interviews that, you know, meeting up with old friends. And a lot of the people had to be very careful to be associated, so that they didn't want to jeopardize in case, you know, it would reflect on her. So we were always very, very protective of that. But at the same time, you know, you have to believe in yourself, that, you know, you are going to do the best that you possibly can, you know, out of great respect and love for this woman and her family.
Right. I was just curious whether you had watched, you know, The Iron Lady and seen Meryl Streep doing...
she's, you know, Meryl Streep has always been one of my biggest, you know, favorite actresses, because of the ability to morph into all these different characters that she's portrayed, you know. So yes, I think as the old Margaret Thatcher, she was really quite brilliant.
Do you see yourself moving away from like action movies, and that's really not...
That's the interesting thing. I think it's very, because, you know, every time I do a sort of like, when I did Memoirs of a Geisha, then they'll say, are you going to do action movies anymore? Then when I did Reign of Assassins, they will say, don't you want to do dramatic roles? I think that's the good thing. It's like, you know, I'm very blessed in the sense that I have the opportunity, the chances to move from one arena to the other. I never choose my roles by genre. I look at the script, or whether it's the director, because at the end of the day, I do believe it's the director who's the soul. You could have a brilliant script, but if you don't have a director that can bring it to life, it's still great words on a paper. So at the end of the day, it's a combination, but I do pick them very carefully.